Hi guys, it's Sue. I'm back today following on from a Friday night live stream that I did using up some packaging. So I just made some tags, and I've had a few people say to me that they can't attend the live because of different timelines. And then once we get into it, sometimes we can go over 3 hours, which I understand is a lot to watch back in a live situation as a playback, because half the time you can't sort of catch on to what everyone's talking about and that sort of thing. So I've had quite a few requests for people to redo the live, but just do it in a video. So I really liked the way my tags turned out. So I'm just going to continue and just make a few more. So these are the ones that I've done, and they've ended up being really sturdy tags. I'm going to do some more of these. I really love these dies that I have in my shop. I love how they've turned out. So really quick, really simple. Well, I mean, I don't make them quick. I'm a bit of a slow crafter, but I'm just going to make a few of these. So I thought I'd bring you along because I need to clean my desk and move on to my next project. So I just thought, well, I may as well use it all up while I've got it here and get on with it. So this packaging, it's really weird. I purchased a couple of books, and it was sort of like vacuumed shut, and it's got all this sticky stuff on one side. So I'm backing the tag, so I'm not really concerned about that. And I'm not worried about it being crumpled and all that sort of thing. I quite like that look. So I'm just going to, what I thought I might do first is just cut all the pieces up into tag sizes or card sizes, and then we'll decorate a couple. That is all the sheets cut up. I thought I might keep that for stamping or clusters. They're all different sizes. This one I'm not so sure about. I've ripped it when I've opened the package, but I'm going to back it, so I'm just not sure how that will pan out. So I'm going to put that aside and think I might use that for stamping as well. But yeah, they're all different sizes. I think probably what I need to do when I keep packaging is to cut them down into manageable sizes, because I always look at the big picture and just get overwhelmed, and I just shove it in a drawer, and then I end up with so much stuff that I end up just throwing it out. So, and there's nothing wrong with this. This is perfectly fine to use. I cut some elongated ones as well. All right, so we might get into it, and I'm loving the black on the craft, and the dies that I will be using are from Uniquely Creative, and they are available in my shop. I will put the link down below. Excuse me. And this one is, I've got to find the packet now. Type texture die, and then there is a numeral grunge numbers die. So I will be using those two today, and I am also using, which I don't stock in my shop currently, but I am looking at getting, is this sticker. It's like just a huge big double-sided tape, Vicky, my friend, gave me this for Christmas, and because she saw me struggling with texture dyes and trying to glue every tiny little piece down. So I don't know, I must be living under a rock or something, because I didn't know anything about this stuff. But what you do is, I'm just grabbing a piece of black cardstock, or a couple of pieces, because I'm going to cut a few of these out, because I'm just going to basically, I guess, do a mass make, because I just think that these, you know, I can add flowers to these as well. I think that these will be able to be used in any of my journals, because I love doing botanical nature themed journals. Obviously these are going to suit. So I thought, while I'm going, I may as well just cut out quite a few, and then I've got them anyway in my stash for when I'm ready to use them. So this tape is amazing. I absolutely love it. As I said, I've never used it before. Now I'm doing it along this way, and it's not going to quite, my dye is a little bit too high for it. But my thought process, so this one's not too bad. It's the number one that's a little bit taller, and only by a fraction. I can just use glue to adhere that down. So rather than waste a lot of this tape, I just thought I'd just do one width and do it the width of my paper. Actually, now I'm going to cut that too short, aren't I? So that'll fit there, but I need to increase this. So I need to cut this card a little bit higher than the tape. Okay. And I'm just going to lay another lot down. So I'm just going to prep this and cut these out, and then I'll be back, and then we can start making the tags. So you can see I have cut out quite a few here. One thing you need to make sure is that you're cutting them out in the right direction. So you can see this letter one here, I have cut it back to front. So I had the cardstock, and the, what do you call it, the sticky tape piece facing the wrong way. But what I ended up doing with one of them is taking the sticky off and adding some micro beads on there. So, and I'll probably end up finishing those with a little bit of Dimensional Magic on top, just to hold the beads in place. So rather than throw it out, there was a way to rectify that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to use some of this black spray ink from Kaisercraft. It's got a little bit of a shine to it, and it's not a really heavy black, which is really nice. It's sort of more like comes up like a smoky grey. And I'm just going to sprinkle, that's it there, black iridescent spray. I'm going to just splotch, I guess is the best word for it. And I'm just fiddling around and getting some sheets underneath, just so that I don't get it all over my mat. And I just use the actual nozzle and just randomly splotch it all over the cards or the tags. So I'm just doing that now. And really, as I said earlier, I really love the black on the craft. I think it's really effective. So I'm just going to continue and do all of them now. So I've done all of the splotching, for want of a better word, and I've just put them to the side to dry now. So I've got some coffee dyed card here, and I'm using the Stamperia stamp. It is also available in my shop. I will pop the details for that down below. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, as you can see, I've stamped some of the smaller frame. I'm just going to stamp the larger one here now. And I'll be using these on the front of the tags. So I fussy cut around all of these. And then you'll see a little bit later on, I actually cut the insides of the frame out as well. So I've also stamped and fussy cut all the frames out, and I only want to use half of a frame, so I'm just going to use my metal ruler, and I don't know, I'm not measuring, just trying to eyeball it a little bit, and I'm going to cut that in half and then cut away the excess from that frame. I just want the underneath of the tag to be seen as well through the frame, if that makes sense. So then I'll cut out this excess bit. So I'm just going to do that on all of the frames. I'm just thinking if I line it up maybe with a line, it might make it a little bit more even. And so that's, I just wanted that. Let me just show you. Just so it was sort of sitting off the tag a bit and you could see the underneath of the tag as well. So I'll just go and do these, and I'll keep these bits for stamping. This video is a little bit of a mismatch of all sorts, isn't it? I've got voiceover in it and filming. Anyway, that's what my life is like at the moment. It's crazy, just trying to find a time slot where it's nice and quiet that I can film. So I've gone and I've cut all the middles out of those frames, cut them in half, and then I've stamped some labels out of the leftover packaging. I've still got like a little bit here. And I've just cut all them out just so you didn't have to see me do that. And I'm just going to do a little bit of a production line really. If I find when I do these and I do go to put them in a journal and I want more on them, I can do that then. So I'm just leaving it fairly basic today, but I love how they turn out anyway. So I'm just going to do step by step. I've got this, as you can see, I've got 2 rolls. This washi tape, it's sort of like a shiny, it's not like your paper thin washi tape, but I love it. I'm obsessed with it at the moment, from Daiso. So I'm just going to go and put some on all these cards here, or tags. They've all dried from the splotches, so I'm just going to go through and put some of the washi tape in different areas on the tags, and I'll do that on all of them. I'm not thinking too much about this. I've just found if I craft this way and just do a bit of a mass make and not think about it, not overthink it too much, I really like the outcome majority of the time. So I need to just do this more. I might just add a bit of glue on that as well. And all the overhanging bits, I'll trim them off, of course, down the track. So I'm just going to go through all of them now and add at least 1 or 2 more pieces of the washi tape, probably just 2, because on some of them I'm going to add a frame, partial frame, and some of them I'll be adding these pieces that I cut out with that die. So I don't sort of want to overdo it. So I'll add the extra pieces of tape, and then I'm just going to trim any excesses away while I do that. And then I'll also cut the tag shapes at the top. So I've gone through and I've added the washi tape on all of these, as you can see, and I've cut the tag shapes at the top. So now I'm just going to go through and step by step. So on the bigger ones, I'm thinking I might do, I think I only got a couple of really big ones here. I might do these bigger frames. I like the look of that. Now all of these are going to be backed, and I'm just going to back them with, I've got this pad here. I think I picked it up at Kmart. Why I would need to get more cardstock, I don't know, because I have so much anyway. But I'm going to put these all on, just back them with some cardstock. I'm not doing any sewing. I'm just going to make sure I glue them really well so that they adhere really well. But I'm going to do that, probably do that last. So as you can see on this one, I have added a butterfly. I'll probably back them all before I add any butterflies, because I've got them hanging over the edge. So I'm just going to go through, work out which ones I want to put frames on, which ones I want to put these die cuts on. I have got such a huge mess here, it's ridiculous. Been playing with fabric and I've got threads everywhere. So I'm just going to just have a play and just see what I like where. And I'm going to, once again, not think too hard about it. And I'm just going to stick them down. So I'm going to start with these bigger ones though, but I think, as I said, I think I want to put the frames on these bigger ones because I think the butterflies will look really good on here. So I'm going to stick these down. And the butterflies, I'm not sure whether I said it because I've been working on this video on and off for several days, and I'm probably repeating myself a lot, and I apologize for that. But the butterflies I got from Tracy Fox, and they're amazing. The size of them is just, they're just beautiful. So I've sat and fussy cut them all out and keen to use them now. So you could, if you stamp a frame, you could leave the whole innards of the frame in there if you want to, but I want to sort of have it, want it just sort of so that you could see the washi tape and the splotches and everything underneath. I'm going to choose a butterfly. Now, what have I done with them? Just bear with me for a second. Just hiding. So these are all Tracy Fox. Love Junk Journals on Etsy, so I will pop her details down below as well. And they're just, look at the size of them, they're amazing. I mean, you could do that, but that's going to take up so much of the tag. Probably just need a little bit smaller than that. Just to even that. So I'm just going to add a little bit of ink, take away that white, the white edge from where I have cut them out. I think I'm going to do that with a little bit of cheesecloth underneath as well. And as I always say in my videos, I always put more cheesecloth than is needed because I'd rather have more than not enough. And I will just pull away any excess that I don't want. And I always put extra glue on anything I'm putting on top of cheesecloth, just so that it seeps through the cheesecloth and glues everything down to the base. I'm just going to glue that down. So not thinking too much about it, just doing it. You could ink or stencil underneath the butterfly's wings if you wanted to, just so that you don't see the white, but I don't think you're going to see too much of it, so I'm not going to worry about that. And I obviously haven't added enough glue because that label is lifting. Just holding that down. Got so much glue coming out everywhere now. For the sake of the video, I'm going to just trim that off. And as I said, just before I said I'll probably back them before I put the butterfly on, but because this butterfly isn't overhanging the tag, I haven't done that at this stage. So, and when I put the backing on, I'm also going to go around and distress the edges with my little distress tool. So I quite like that. I think that is a really cool tag and really nice. It's nice to have some different size tags rather than have just a standard. So that is a really lovely tag there. Now I'm going to have to put a bulldog clip or something on this because it keeps lifting. So I'm just popping a clip on that just so that that will adhere. And then I've noticed that I've put the label on crooked, but I'm not going to worry about it. All right, so I'm just going to pop that to the side, and then I'll do the backing of the tags all in one go as well. So just find it's good when you're doing something like this, you just sort of do it as a bit of a production line. And I find that things happen a lot quicker and a lot easier. That's just what I find. Give it a try anyway and see what you think. So this one I'm just going to put on the opposite side, and I have gone around and inked all these as well prior. I just love that look. Absolutely love it. All right. So I'm just going to put that to the side. I'm going to have a little bit of a play around with frames and see these. You still could do that size frame, I suppose. Let's do it. I don't have as many of the larger ones, larger frames as I do as the smaller ones. Quite nice. Just trying to see where I've got everything. Now, where are all the frames? Oh, here they are over here. So let's have a look at some of these. And I love how all the crinkles, so when I put the backing on, I'll put these under a heavy book, a couple of heavy books overnight, and that will end up going flat, but it'll still have the crinkles in there. And then I could also, now, I could even just go through and add a little bit of ink if I wanted to. Just where all those natural folds are. I need to add some more ink to my ink blender for it to actually work. But you get the idea. So I'm just going to stick some of these down now. I'm hoping all these little bits here will come out with the tape when I peel it off. It doesn't look like all of them are going to. I'm just going to try and stick them, poke them out before I take the whole backing off. How cool is that? Love it. And I've got all the sticky bits all on my fingers. And I'll probably end up putting a tag or something down here, and I'll have a butterfly or a dragonfly or something. I could even do flowers. Just trying to get that middle bit out there that I missed. Okay. Another one there that I missed. Okay, love it. A bit of tape lifting here. So this is when you go through and just make sure everything's glued down and not looking too bad. So just for an idea, have, you know, a butterfly or something like that, and then we can put a tag and some cheesecloth underneath, and you've got a really easy tag. All right, I'm going to go through and I'm going to put all the backgrounds that I want to use onto these tags, and then I'll come back and we'll finish decorating them. So I've just backed that tag there. I did say with the butterflies that we're going to be overhanging, I would back the tag first, but I completely forgot about it and stuck the butterfly on there. So when I backed it, I just had to be careful I didn't cut the butterfly's wing off. I'll go around all the tags and ink them, and I'll also use my Tim Holtz Distress tool and distress all the edges, so just to roughen them up and give them a little bit of texture. I've made quite a few of them, and I will back them with cardstock. You don't need to see me do that because you all know how to do that, I'm sure. I hope you've enjoyed that process. I really love these tags. As I said, you could add flowers. You could just leave them and add your flowers or your butterflies, whatever you want to do to suit your journal that you're making. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate every single one of you. And until next time, please take care, and I hope you get a little bit of crafting time in. See you soon.